Bigger bikes are easier to ride than 125s, so before you 125 warriors come at me, I'm going to explain why in this video. One of the biggest advantages on a bigger bike is bigger tyres, bigger contact patch, so especially at slower speeds, it allows us to have a lot more control. So another big benefit of most bigger bikes is we have twin discs, but also in comparison to the 125, the discs are significantly bigger. More power makes it a lot easier to move off from the standstill, so you're not redlining when trying to move off from a set of traffic lights. Modern tech like ABS, traction control, even rider modes or HSTC, which on this bike stands for Honda Flexible Torque Control. All those things make riding big bikes a lot easier. And don't forget the suspension. It's usually much better tuned and more stable at speed, so the bike feels more planted on bends or rough roads. Generally you find on most 125s these days you've got a dual shock rather than monoshock. Personally, I do prefer monoshock suspension. But it's not all rainbows and torque curves. There are a few caveats to riding a bigger bike like this. Heavier, so this bike weighs a whopping 200 kilos. Add crash protection, you're probably looking to closer to 203, maybe 205 kilos. So as well is a hell of a lot more sensitive. As I open the throttle now, we get more revs earlier. But also, if I'm riding with the clutch out in first gear and I accidentally over accelerate, I'm more prone to popping wheelies, losing control, that sort of thing. Also, you drop a bike like this, it's probably cost you a lot more in the long run to get it repaired, because parts of bigger bikes generally do cost quite a bit more. Bigger bikes generally are easier to ride, but only once you're ready. If you're not sure, speak to your local training school and they may offer you a big bike lesson first before you commit to your DAS. Personally, I offer what's called a conversion session. It's a trial lesson where we have a go on a bigger bike like this for about half hour on a training area, then we go on the road for about an hour or so. That way, me and you can both agree whether or not you're ready for the next step of your riding career. So skip the guesswork, follow for more. I normally post 3 times a week, whether it be CBT tips or full license tips. Also, at some point, I will be posting post-test tips or advanced riding. See you in the next one.